You won't believe what just went down between Oga Obinna and them wa Facebook.
Haukuambiwa?
Wapi? Sikuambiwa.
After them wa Facebook dropped a bombshell interview accusing Oga Obinna of firing her for no reason.
Sikuambiwa. Yeah.
So uliambiwa tu usikuje?
No, ilienda tu silent. Hadi mimi mwenyewe sijajua the reason why the show ended. I didn't know.
Oga Obinna has snapped. He's now threatening to drop receipts, real screenshots, WhatsApp messages and everything. But that is not all. He's warning her publicly to come clean or he will be forced to bring in her former manager, Mr. Andrew Mwiko, to spill it all. The drama just exploded. Obinna says that he feels very betrayed and plans to expose them on Facebook on none other than Mwakideu's podcast, the exact same podcast platform where she dragged his name. Tears, tension and total chaos. You do not want to miss what happens next because this story is about to take a shocking turn no one saw coming. After Oga Obinna has posted a video on his Instagram account and clearly imprinting it with a message which reads like this: Huyu Mwakideu hushoot wapi? Sangapi nilete receipts? About beef, it's true. We don't have any beef or any bad blood. That's my baby and I can never beef with her. About knowing what happened, she knows. Baby, check WhatsApp on 6th of November 2024. Also check our group WhatsApp on 21st August 2024, 16th August 2024 and 15th October 2024. Evidence iko kwa kalatas. When you will be ready, you or Andrew will talk or not. In the meantime, wacha ninyoroshwe pale TikTok na Facebook na mafans na bloggers wa enjoy kunitroll kama kawaida. It's not my place to say. After that shocking post that has left people worried, you've just walked into the biggest celebrity drama of 2025. But before we even dive into the juicier explosive details, make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell because things are about to get wild. And believe me, you do not want to miss a single update on this unfolding disaster. So here is what exactly went down. The Mo Facebook sat down with Alex Mwakideu on his podcast, which dropped on Tuesday, October 7th, 2025, and she opened up about her split with Oga Obinna. She claimed she was fired without any reason, without any notice, without any explanation. She said she never got closure. She painted herself as the victim and the interview went super viral. Everyone started attacking Oga Obinna online, with his name trending for all the wrong reasons yet again. People have called him ungrateful, a user and a manipulator. But here is where it gets crazy. Oga Obinna is not taking this lying down. He is furious, he feels betrayed and now he is preparing to fight back with everything he has.
Mulianza kutesa sana na Obinna. Mulitesa sana ile time. What really happened? Demo Facebook pale mka. What really happened?
I don't know what
That was
happened.
a very nice combination. Wewe wacha bwana.
Serious?
Haukuambiwa?
Wapi? Sikuambiwa. Yeah.
So uliambiwa tu usikuje?
No, ilienda tu silent. Hadi mimi mwenyewe sijajua the reason why the show ended. I didn't know. Kwanza hiyo Monday yenye ilikuwa niende show, yenye sikupigiwa simu. Niliona, yani ilini disturb akili. Ndio nikasema, nini ime happen? Kama show imeisha, they better call me. Nijue tu nimesimamishwa job, unaelewa? Wiki ya kwanza ikafika, ikapita, ya pili ikapita. Kaona nijijenga mwenyewe. Unajua unasema ukikuwa kwa stress kidogo na take time kidogo kuheal. Ukaona
ujijenge mwenyewe.
But let me take you back to where this all began because to understand this drama, you need to know the complete story. In early 2024, Demo Facebook was a relatively unknown content creator. She had potential, she had talent, she had humor, but she didn't have the platform, she didn't have the audience, and she didn't have the reach. Enters Oga Obinna, a man who already had built a massive following, a man who had a successful show, and a man who had connections, influence, and power in the industry. And here is what happened. Obinna saw something special in Demo Facebook. He saw her potential, he saw her star quality, and he made a decision that would change both of their lives. He brought her onto his show, he gave her a platform, he gave her exposure to millions of viewers. Week after week, month after month, Demo Facebook appeared on Oga Obinna's show. Her face became familiar, her jokes became quotable, and her personality became beloved. She went from being unknown to being one of the most recognized faces in the Kenyan comedy scene. The chemistry between them was very electric. Their banter was hilarious. Their sketches went viral. Their interviews attracted huge guests. The show became one of the most watched programs in Kenyan digital media, and Demo Facebook's personal brand exploded. Her following grew from thousands to millions. Brands started calling, event organizers started booking her, and money started flowing in. But here is what makes this situation so complicated. According to sources close to Oga Obinna, and this is where things get interesting, there were behind-the-scenes issues that the public never knew about. There were disagreements, there were conflicts, there were moments of tension that never made it onto camera. And Obinna claims that as the Mo Facebook star rose, things started changing. Management became difficult, communication broke down, and professional boundaries were being crossed. And at some point, the partnership that had been so beautiful, so productive, and so successful started crumbling from the inside. Now, Obinna never spoke about this publicly. He never dragged her name through the mud. He never exposed her issues. He took the high road, he stayed silent, he rebranded his show, and he moved on, or at least he tried to move on. But then came that interview and everything changed, because now Obinna feels like his silence has been weaponized against him. His kindness has been mistaken for guilt, and his decision to protect her reputation has now been used to destroy his reputation. And that's why what's about to happen next is going to be absolutely explosive, because Oga Obinna is done being silent. He's done protecting people who he feels have betrayed him, and he's ready to tell his side of the story. And trust me, you are not ready for what is about to be done. Now let's talk about what people inside the industry are whispering about, because while the public is focused on the surface drama, there is a whole other dimension of this story that most people don't know about. Industry insiders have been reaching out, sources have been sharing information, and what they're revealing is absolutely fascinating. According to multiple sources within Kenyan entertainment, the split between Oga Obinna and Demo Facebook, it was not sudden, it was not unexpected, it was actually months in the making. Here is what insiders are saying. As the Mo Facebook star power grew, so did the complications. There were disagreements about content direction, there were conflicts about creative control, there were disputes about revenue sharing, and there were tensions about individual branding versus partnership program. One source who speaks on condition of anonymity revealed that there were multiple meetings trying to resolve these issues. Lawyers were involved, management was involved, attempts were made to restructure the partnership, but ultimately an agreement couldn't be reached. Now here is what is crucial. If this is true, if there were actually months of negotiation and attempts to resolve issues, then Demo Facebook's claim that she was fired without any reason and without any notice starts to look very different, because it suggests there was actually a process, there were conversations, there were attempts to work things out. Another insider revealed something even more interesting. They claimed that Obinna actually tried to protect Demo Facebook's public image. During the split, he apparently wanted to announce it as a mutual decision. He wanted to frame it as both of them pursuing individual growth. He wanted to keep things amicable, but for whatever reason, that didn't happen. And here is where the Mulamwa connections become relevant. Remember those earlier reports about Mulamwa allegedly telling Demo Facebook not to work with Oga Obinna? Industry sources suggest there were other influential people advising Demo Facebook, people who had their own agendas, people who saw an opportunity to create distance between her and Oga Obinna. Now, I'm not saying that these people had malicious intent, but what insiders are suggesting is that Demo Facebook may have been receiving advice from multiple sources, and that advice may have influenced how she viewed the situation. It may have shaped how she interpreted Oga Obinna's actions. It may have led to the narrative we have had in that interview. Here is what is wild though. Multiple sources have confirmed that Oga Obinna is sitting on extensive documentation. We are talking about emails, we are talking about text messages, we are talking about records of conversations, and we are talking about financial records. If even half of what these sources are saying is true, Obinna's evidence could be very devastating. But here is the big question everyone is asking. Should he release it? Because once you open the Pandora's box, once you expose the private communication, implications. Once you air out financial details, there is no going back. Relationships are destroyed, reputations are damaged, and careers can be affected. Industry observers are saying that Oga Obinna and Demo Facebook situation is a perfect example of this problem. You have an established creator bringing on an emerging talent. The established creator provides the platform, the audience, and the resources. The emerging talent provides fresh energy, new content angles, and additional audience appeal. It works beautifully at first, but then the emerging talent's personal brand also grows. They start getting their own deals, they start getting their own following, they start wanting more control, and they start questioning the arrangement, and suddenly the partnership that was so successful is now a source of conflict. But here is my prediction. Oga Obinna is absolutely going to follow through with his threats. He's going to appear on Alex Mokideu's podcast. He's going to bring his evidence and he's going to present his screenshots. He's going to play those WhatsApp messages and he's going to show those receipts. And when he does that, the entire narrative is going to shift. Now, I don't know what the evidence is, but based on how confident Oga Obinna seems, based on his willingness to go public, based on his specific threat to bring Andrew into the conversation, I believe he has something substantial, something that will make people questioning everything they had in Demo Facebook's interview. And that is where we are right now. Oga Obinna is preparing to fire back. Demo Facebook is presumably preparing her defense. The industry is watching with bated breath and the audience is absolutely eating this up. So let me know in the comment section, whose side are you on? Team Oga Obinna or Team Demo Facebook? Do you think Oga Obinna should release his evidence or should they handle this privately? What do you really think happened between them? Drop your thoughts below and remember, hit that like button if this video kept you on the edge of your seat. Share it with your friends who love Kenyan entertainment drama and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, keep it locked right here for the latest updates on the biggest celebrity dramas of 2025. This is far from over. People, the real fireworks are just about to begin.